I'd like to thank everybody for checking in. Today's video is about living in a narcissistic hierarchy, which is why it is both promoted and underreported. Look around, it's growing and will continue to grow. People need to wake up to the truth. Narcissism is pathological selfishness. It offers the allure of life-changing freedom, fame, and finances with none of the work. This mirage is base-level soul existence that is trapped within the reptilian-based brain of singular, selfish survival. Selfish thinking is what leads one to believe that being the best at everything is the answer. This leads to the degradation of others, the victimization of others, and the belief of oneself to be omnipotent. Omnipotence believes that nobody else matters, only the self. It also believes in scarcity and lack, where abundance is actually the reality. This is the level of being that is not interested in earning anything with true effort, rather aligning with divine gifts or altering one's soul contract due to perceived limited gifts in a direction the being is pathologically guided to go, which actually isn't for them. The entire realm of this disorder is based in predation, domination, and control. The gifted narcissist will generally align with what it enjoys doing for whatever purpose. It could be fame, fortune, popularity, etc. This is a divine test, as these are not divine purposes. They are fine and balanced, but certainly not for the purpose of hierarchical thinking. People who walk this path will generally align with easier wealth in terms of physical pleasures of all kinds. This is a difficult divine path because it does not teach high-level soul development in any way. Sadly, many people have been taught to worship these people as idols as opposed to wise souls that could actually help them. The alternate path for generalization purposes are these precise souls. These souls see the perceived success and desire to emulate it, to which they will do anything to attain it. This is how crimes are devised for the easy way out. This is obviously in opposition to divine alignment with one's own life path. The deep levels are in selling one's soul and victimizing others for the purpose of jumping tracks. These people attempt to jump from their divine life path to the lesser soul path of gluttony. This is driven by indulgence, excess, distraction, and consumerism, all of which take away from soul growth. Understand, this does not mean that choosing a certain path that we feel aligned to is inherently wrong if it does indeed come with fame or fortune. If you are divinely guided to this, it will work in harmony. Never degradation of others. That is not, and never will be, divinely guided. I'm a fair example. Not famous, but I am very much into creating music. So, does that mean that I'm down for the sellout life? Not at all. Never under any circumstance whatsoever would I go against my own people or myself in order to alter my divine life path. I am permanently wired to despise the darkness. Always have been, always will be. That's just how the divine saw it fit to create me, and I'm eternally grateful for it. My perspective is this and this alone. I believe that we do have the ability to entertain others with creative works, all of which are in accordance with the divine itself. It is my belief that all creativity comes from divine alignment and co-creation. However, this is where one of the most extreme decisions may have to be made, and it could very well be severely life-altering. We are allowed to try our hardest, do our best, give it everything we've got. At this level, one of two options will occur. You will be faced with the reality of your own divine talent. If this path is for you, you will know. Doors will open. However, many of those doors that open may not have anything to do with your talent, or it could be all about controlling your talent. Your discernment must outweigh your ego. You need to understand what you are signing up for. You absolutely are required to be of proper maturity when making this decision. Never under any circumstance believe that fame or fortune is the only path to happiness. You have to be strong enough to walk away from bad deals. A bad deal is one that is a poor business decision where you get pimped out for your talent, accept poor pay, require sexual favors, requires you to harm others, allow your ideas to be stolen or controlled, or the worst level. All of these eventually align you with the darkness in exchange for your dream. This dream will end up a nightmare in these scenarios. I do believe that we can attain what is not in alignment with our life paths by choosing to align with darkness. However, this is like driving down a one-way street in the opposing direction. It is damaging to one's soul timing. This decision could very well add lifetimes of poor karma to work off. Those lives of toil and labor will not be based in fame and fortune. It's not worth one lifetime of adult high school popularity. Celebrity status is best spent on role models, not the mirage of role models, as this promotes collective growth based on wisdom. The look of shiny or pretty things has been the downfall of countless souls, many of which could be paying the price for multiple lifetimes. Follow your path diligently. Fame and fortune is not what this is all about. Fame is merely a platform for the masses. I don't personally see much coming from fame that guides the masses to align with soul growth or ascension. I only see consumerism and not much that resembles healthy aligned growth. I see fun and fun only. The dangling carrot of non-responsibility in most cases. Excess is disordered desire that descends. Balance, love, and peace. Ascend. These are diametrically opposing ideals. Both run the way of karmic law. All pay the piper for their decisions. Fame comes with extreme responsibility. This is due to the masses that fame influences. Karmic law is measured mathematically. Those who sell out don't just sell self, they sell their entire audience as well. They are responsible for doing this knowingly. No breaks are given to the selfish, as no breaks are given to the responsible. Imagine what your efforts will bank karmically before accepting your position. Your soul's growth will be immensely affected. The darkness will show you matrix law, tricks, and deception. That deception is meant to guide you into matrix entrapment. The matrix will tell you that you will become godlike or even become a god. That may be true in the sense of what a god actually is. It's merely a controlling being, not in any way divine. Would you sell your soul today for multiple lives lived under dominant control? I wouldn't, and I wouldn't advise you to either. Some dreams will have to die. Some may be resurrected. Some you may see later as dodging a bullet. All you need to do is follow the rules of the game. Truth, responsibility, and balance with the one spiritual law of not invoking your will over others. If your dreams do not align with these simple rules, your dreams are not divine in nature, and you shouldn't be doing it. You are who you surround yourself with and who you idolize. You see exactly what's going on. It's not a joke or a sales pitch. Everybody sees what's been being sold to the masses. It's gotten bad, and it's ramping up to a lot worse. Everything is done for a reason, or it wouldn't be done. The hand signs, evil upside down religious or spiritual symbology, 666, etc. None of that is directing society to a good place. It's very clear and obvious for those of us who have lived through multiple decades, as those are the ones who watch the shift. For those beings who have, you're the only ones left who will ever know the difference. Some current and all future generations will see their current world as normal. As a collective, we have never been at this level of failure. Hopefully, there's a lot more that both understand and see what I see. If you do, you have the responsibility to hold accountability when you are called to. No, we aren't going to form the Hall of Justice and become superheroes. Instead, teach correctly by learning correctly. Some may need your compassion, while others may need your separation. Strengthen your discernment. Learn more. Teach what you know when the divine calls. Never educate a soul into darkness. You will be partially responsible for the karma that which they create. Wake up. The divine is not influenced. We all pay our own divine bills. Matrix manipulation tricks don't last forever. I'm not at all vibing with any part of the current setup. I'd also say that I'm permanently and infinitely opposed to the Darksiders, to which I couldn't be more turned off or disinterested. I didn't grow up in narcissism to bow to it deliberately. Absolutely not. I can't stand controlling energies. I can't stand deceitful, lying, cheating, backstabbing energies. And more than anything, not one cell in my body has any interest in harming or dominating others or forcing anything on them against their will. I may not like everyone that I come in contact with, but I do see souls. If I don't enjoy their vibe, they just aren't in my current frequency block. A frequency block is a range of souls of similar type to our own. For simplicity, imagine 1,000 souls that you will interact with. These souls elevate as we change our perspectives. Also, imagine that we are in the middle. Say number 500 with 499 lesser evolved souls and 500 more advanced souls. All very similar. All teach what we need. As we evolve, the lowest level of the lesser souls drop out of our frequency alignment, while we ascend into compliance with higher ceiling souls that uplevel us. One example would be getting better at jiu-jitsu. Our smaller frequency block would be all white belts with a few more experienced competitors mixed in. As we up our level to, say, a black belt, our frequency block changes. Of key note, the more advanced competitors actually do make us better. This is due to being exposed to what makes them better. We learn more from higher-end perspectives. Higher-end perspectives and competition leads to more difficult struggles. Until we learn and progress. Never forget that everybody, even the master-level competitors, all started at the bottom at some point. Aligning with darkness is a sickness of the soul. It's not difficult to understand that the path of darkness leads to darkness. The divine collective of all positive, benevolent souls who want the best for all involved is the path to peace, harmony, and truth. Fair, honest, peaceful teamwork without dominance or control is the path to ascension. Mature adults that walk in the light are of the greatest need and are deserving of the most respect. This is due to what they provide in return. Choose ascension. Never choose the dark path. That's not what your soul came here to do. Choose to align as the pinnacle opposition of evil and carry that to your grave. Always stand for the good people, the fighters, the unseen, the poor, the sad, the hurt, the broken. Those people aren't useless. Every soul has its purpose and its own divine right to live and prosper at the expense of their own hard work and determination. Applaud positive efforts. Many are out there fighting for barely anything. Yeah, I too know that battle, and I've fought it for a very long time. Don't let that change your direction. So what? It is what it is. There's never a reason to do the wrong thing. Your character is worth far more than the money, fame, and power that this planet can offer you. Don't bow to it. Build your soul right through it. No matter what that means, align with your true path by accepting it. That just means accepting responsibilities for the balance of your life in all areas and living in truth. I don't expect many to value a word of this. Become all about that one single word that you will for certain be determined crazy for. Become a living embodiment of the truth. Be kind to people. Be brutally honest when somebody really needs it and learn the word no so you can hold strong boundaries. Become a balanced being. There is no greater value to self and community. You will be faced with opposition. You will be called crazy. Telling the truth makes you crazy. Researching truth makes you crazy. But is it? Is telling the truth and being a legitimately honest person that respects others really crazy? No, it's not. That tells anybody anything they need to know about the common levels of our current society. What we've always done isn't working. My understanding, and you can call me or my perspective crazy if it makes you feel better about life. I'm good either way. I'm pretty sure I'll make it. So, my understanding from well over 30 years of spiritual research and some intuitive abilities of my own is that we disrupt the world's structure from the average levels of our collective. The more we up our perspectives/personal characters, the more collective boundaries we create and the less bullshit we will collectively accept. This is what changes our world at the physical level. The more people that accept responsibility for their life by simply becoming responsible to self and others by being a person of truth, the more the world changes. It's not that difficult, and yeah, life gets boring. Boredom is a motivator to better yourself to move up in life. Boredom is a gift. It's called the drudgery-laden fire under your ass. Get up and go, says boredom. It's all about balance as it pertains to overall harmony. When in balance, like an instrument, it holds the proper harmony, the right frequency. And pleasing frequencies are preferred. That's why we don't put chaotic sounds together out of alignment into songs. We are all mathematically designed to grow and ascend. It's only in deliberate alignment with positivity, respect, and anchored in 100% legitimacy that we begin to grow rapidly. Our acceptance and learning leads to much faster growth, similar to taking a class on a skill we need. Trying to jump into the task without prior knowledge is the path to failure, which is sometimes the only route we have been offered. But it isn't the smartest move to do that if you don't have to. Be who you really are, accept where that places you in life. Then don't assume others will align with your misalignment. You are required to raise the bar to match the frequency, which in the physical just matches the actual physical work you are investing. Put in the required amount of work. Put in at least the same level of hours as your known successful competitors. Time management tells you a lot about your current level of development. Do you wait to be told to do things, or do you get up and make it happen? Of all things we do, our physical actions matter most. They carry by far the most karma. Just think, each physical action has idea, belief, contemplation, and enough courage to actually do them. Every action is a full commitment. It's what you actually did. This is where 100% truth about your character is found. In your real actions. That's who you are. Actually, accordingly, we change our lives, our community, and our ascension through our actions. The actions that come directly from our true morals and the morality of our actions is found in our thoughts. Our thoughts are the same level as our current frequency. Our future actions shape our reality. Our choices shape that reality through our actions. Physical work actually works in real life. That's why we're here. We're not here to outthink physical efforts. That's not the point of a physical life. By aligning with our life path, we greatly reduce needed suffering from karmically forced lessons that we are all preferably avoiding. We don't want those life-changing karmic lessons at all. We also have certain lessons that we will definitely hit. Some of those are bad to wake us up through anchoring in our emotions. The emotional pain is the only thing that can spark the perspective shift needed to choose differently for your future. So we don't need to add to those sometimes monumental shifts. We prefer to minimize our negative life lessons. We do that by becoming responsible for ourselves and truly calculate our current position as a person. Working on yourself never stops until the problem goes away. There's no breaks. You are a consciousness that is here to grow. That's why boring life stagnation is so painful for most of us. We are meant to grow. We grow by aligning with growth. Growth comes from truth. Truth teaches us the path to success by providing the foundation and literally every single blip of reality. The truth is found in all things. That's where real life and adulthood starts. The truth is the mandatory step to consider one mature. The truth is the first step into the light of an ascended path. Meaning, you are on your way when your soul becomes aligned. Aligning with better by becoming better is better. Spirituality is simple. Live as the truth. Don't expect a nice deity to come along and do the work of ascending your soul so you can avoid the real-life lessons while this being does all of the work for you. There's nothing based in reality there. As you can imagine, it most certainly does not work that way. Your hard work is required to build your own life. There's no shortcut saviors out there. The real world is cold, not really very caring. It's a harsh reality that you signed up to face. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Getting to work on what your soul already agreed to would help. Align with your life path. Listen to how you feel. Reason. Calculate. Fully understand. Fully determine. Then make educated decisions and accept the accountability that comes with it. Be truth. Be strong. Be fair with strong boundaries. Be honest. That's how you know if you're on your path or not. Be a person of integrity, a person whose words are true riches, whose fight is pure, whose love never dies because they value it more than air itself. Live right because you know it is divine. Be that person. You'll never regret it, even though you will be hurt by it. Don't pity yourself too long. You are the only one who can change your plight. Nobody cares about your pain but you and those who truly love you. But nobody can love your pain away. That's your full-grown adult responsibility. Internal emotional surgery can only be performed by self. Nobody can love your pain away. Nobody is coming to save you. That's reality. Learn to become stronger. Laugh at yourself in life when you need to. Then get up off your ass and keep going. That turns love back to self, back to the divine. You'll come to understand that we are all at different levels. We don't control others. We dominate ourselves and teach ourselves kindness, peace, and love. And nobody can shame us when we know who we are. Those who roll the dark route have already lost the game by giving up on themselves. I strongly believe they will be reincarnating, and those lives won't be easy. You can't be a predator in life with no consequences. Karmic law is mathematical. In religious terms, you'll kicketh thine own ass with karma if you think you're outsmarting it. Think about it. The negative mindset is least likely to grow. You are busy running in the wrong direction, digging your own holes, ones that stack and compound negative karma into your own karmic account. That means a shite future. Why? Pure arrogance. Pure arrogance is the pride part of pride before the fall. Eventually you will get caught. Your karma will see to it. You have a better life that was already agreed to by divine contract before your incarnation into Earth School. That contract is binding with divinity. There is no greater agreement in existence. It's your choice to accept it in reality and live it the best you can, or turn on your own community to ultimately leech positive energy in all physical forms from them. Many times due to jealousy and envy mixed with some serious control issues. Sprinkle in the pathological level of lying, and there's the recipe for the dark side. Negative, controlling, and dangerous to the divine wills of others. That's also spiritual warfare on higher levels. The 3D physical is not the only place our decisions play out. We are bound to the balanced fairness of ourself as well as our collective. A major part of our physical lives are dedicated to socializing us properly with others. If you are or support these dark people, dark karma is what you'll receive as well. I wouldn't advise selling your people out for your selfishness. You'll pay for it at some point. Nobody is above divine law. It's not an attack. It's a message. Stop outthinking the truth. If your transgressions ever come to light, which they eventually will, you have an overwhelmingly weak hand to play, one that will lose every single time. Having no truth at your back leaves you without protection of any kind. You will also be mathematically involved with weak people at your same weak frequency level. People just as untrustworthy and evil as you are. You are who you surround yourself with in truth, meaning the people that know the real you. If you're faking people out, you are just masquerading at a level where you have not learned to be. Eventually it will be figured out. It's mathematical. We are all sitting at the level that we have earned mixed with what we came to endure through life lessons. So sometimes we will have things happen that we didn't expect, and it's not due to negative karma or a fault, all of which are designed to grow our souls. Nobody is above their own karmic account. We aren't here for a popularity contest that we should sell out our lives or souls for. We're here to ascend by learning lessons and banking new perspectives into our permanent character by following our own unique soul path. We're here to grow up and find peace. That's where the divine realms vibrate. Why would one think they are destined for a heaven after death if they are devils in life? That makes no logical sense whatsoever. Align with who and what you want to become. When you do that, your ass will be plopped right where you want to be. Every single thing you do matters and aligns your course. Worshipping matrix gods keeps you trapped in the matrix. Earth School. There is no divinity nor growth in this type of systemic control. We are required to be responsible for all aspects of our lives. What we do is who we are. Our life paths need serious tending to. Collectively, the truth turns the tide in our current world. The only way to make a better world is to become the truth and teach it to others. We are mathematical. Being truth raises every aspect of the total vibration. When the collective outweighs the balance, things will change. We are currently the average of what we all allow. We change that by changing ourselves. We should all stop screwing our own people over immediately. We right wrongs. Our higher level karmic accounts combine to a better overall human experience. Clean up your lives. Clean up your relationships. Clean up your lies by telling the truth. Clean up the lies by omission. You're not tricking precise mathematical karma. It's literally part of your physical earthbound being. It's permanent, constant, and always active. There's no tricking that. If you think you are being divinely tested to see how low you'll actually go. Your actions order your karma. The divine gives a lot of rope for karmic hangings. Wake up. Getting away with shit is a mirage. You may get away with things this lifetime even. But which character do you think you'll play in future lives? What would be the common sense probability? Well, most would say the opposing perspectives. Karma would likely be returning to experience what you have done in the reverse. The mirror's cast of energetic projection. The logical answer would be the predator returning as the victim. That would teach all beings how fun it is to be victimized. Learning the path of empathy, sympathy, and compassion is essential to ascension. This is irrefutable common sense of the highest order. Let common sense be your guide. Living by common sense is akin to living by assumed probability. This is the "what did you think was going to happen?" Take on life. We all pay our dues. Karmic law teaches spiritual growth. Spiritual growth is why you are here. Karmic law is what guides our physical growth through our mathematical frequency. Karma Cafe, they don't take orders, you get what you deserve, and rightfully so. Just as you would want for your transgressors. Nobody is special. The getaway free key runs out at some point. We all pay for what we've done. Choose your life wisely. Karmic law is what runs this existence. I'm not inclined to believe in real gods and devils. In fact, I believe that the notion is absolutely absurd and ludicrous based in zero reality. If it has any reality whatsoever, I would 100% side with alien, which could be inner or outer planetary. In other words, simply a being we are unaware of with advanced technology, not a religious story, or something interdimensional, or just like the Wizard of Oz. A simple manipulated fabrication from a regular person or group of people. If I'm being honest, there appears to be evidence of the combination of both aligned and deceptive control. Yeah, it's probably crazy though, right? A conspiracy. What we've been taught for centuries doesn't always equate to truth. In this case, I don't think it's true at all. The religious description ain't flying for me in any way. We are responsible for ourselves and others. Instead of wars for power, things, and control, maybe we can change the planet through our collective resonance. Realign through truth, responsibility, and balance. Never involve your will over another. This is the path to ascension when we simplify spirituality to the base point of common sense. A peaceful world of respect is a better world. Love and balance of self and others is our current combined collective universal assignment. Are you representing divinity, growth for all, and ascension with your current chosen actions? From 1 to 100, where is your current level of truthful living? That tells you where you currently land on both the narcissistic/codependent paradigm as well as your current level of ascension. Both your physical level as well as your spiritual level. All calculated from your current morality level, which is entirely derived from your very own behavior. That permanent behavior is your character. Every single person should ask themselves one simple question. Are you a gain or a drain on society? If you enjoyed this video, please check out my book and my website. The book is called Truth, the Frequency of the Divine. And my website is guardianspiritualadvisor.com. narcissistichierarchical.com. And if you want to help out, I have the donation tab available as well. I'd like to thank everybody for checking it out.